Okay, so my name is Paul Dunn and I have a menswear clothes shop in Gorey in County Wexford, and it is somewhat second generation. I'm actually here since day one, but it is like a second generation business. My dad had worked in the menswear trade all his life, and I was interested in getting into the trade. So 31 years ago this year, we opened a man's shop here in Gorey. So that's how it evolved. Well, it's a very different thing what I'm doing now compared to what I was doing in Dunn Stores, because it was a management role. But whereas here it's different because it's a buying role, it's a management role. It's an all hands to, you're doing everything as such. So because it's just a standalone shop, like with a couple of staff, so it's a totally different thing. And in the very beginning there was only two of us. There was only myself and my father, and so you like, obviously you're doing everything. I had an awful lot to learn. I had an awful lot of theory but not practice. So within I'd say, to be honest, it was kind of short. It was kind of like we were nearly like 50-50 in the beginning, but that only would have gone on for about 2 years, and then I took a more managerial role, as in doing the buying, that type of thing. And so it's kind of hard. You can't have two bosses, and so I kind of assumed that role then. And my father he wasn't young, he was in his early 60s, so he was kind of retired. I just kind of proceeded on with it then in the way I saw fit at the time.
Okay.
I think it's probably a little bit easier when it's a small business and in a small town. You can kind of change and move quicker. Now, of course, the business that we're in, menswear business is slower to change. It's slower reaction to fashion trends and things like that, but it has changed over the years. But a small business like this it's more personal business as well, so it's a kind of thing where you get used to dealing with the same people, and they become repeat customers, and you kind of know what they want, and then you even buy accordingly for what your customers are going to buy, as opposed to reacting to a fashion trend or something like that either. Well, over the years, like we traded using my father's name, Jack Dunn, because he was so well known in the trade. And now a couple of opportunities came up over the years, like moving location. I had rented 2 different places first, then bought the current location. And we even rebranded a couple of years ago, but still kept the Jack Dunn name. Like there were opportunities where I could have changed the name, but we had kind of built the brand. We had built Jack Dunn as a brand, so it was like Jack Dunn and Son Menswear, which is a bit long-winded. So then we just changed it into Jack Dunn Menswear. So the Jack Dunn is like a brand, well known. Now people would associate that it's like generations, but it was kind of like I suppose nearly a clever marketing thing, that we used the name that people knew and continued on with that. That's the way we worked it.